Hi, I'm Jonathan and I'm an ex-academy player. I was born and raised in Holland till about the age of 7, and then when I moved to England, I moved to London for a couple of months, and then we moved to a 1-bedroom in the northeast in Stockton-on-Tees. A couple of months later, I joined my first football team in the UK called Stockton Town. I was there about 2 years, then I got picked up by Middlesbrough. Spent 3-4 years at Middlesbrough, then moved to Sunderland during my scholar years. I was released from Middlesbrough because they thought I wasn't good enough. During those times, I was lacking a lot of confidence in my play when I wasn't sort of playing my best, which was pretty reasonable.
Come on, you! Come on, you! Protect yourself from the fact that no one should just put your arm down. Ready? Go! In. There. Bounce.
Good coverage in the end by Bentley, who does well, and here it comes now, and a shot. Oh, what a goal from McCarthy! Well, he didn't really have much. He just picked it up on the edge of the box. He looked up and he...
Hi, my name is Max McCarthy. I'm a semi-professional footballer for Congleton Town.
Finish. Yeah, let's go! Yeah, in! Back in.
I grew up in a place called Congleton, which is who I play for. I've grown up there since, I think I've lived there 20 years now, coming up to. And I started playing football there when I think I was 5 years old, back lane for Vale Juniors. Yeah, and that was who I played for growing up, and then I moved on to Edgerton in Knutsford, where I played a majority of my young football before moving on to Crewe Alexandra at 9 years old.
Yeah, hey, let's go! In! Set! Round! Bam! Good! Finish! Oscar, let's go!
Yeah, when I was at Crewe, I think that was probably what moulded me into a decent footballer. At that age, I learned a lot about the game, the technical side, and how to play the game properly, and learn a lot about the different sides to what maybe non-league footballers would learn about. For me, just probably 9 to 12, the pressure wasn't huge because you're still a young kid growing up playing football. You're just enjoying it, Like 12, 13, and 14, that's where there's a bit more pressure on you to perform. There's a lot more eyes on you. So yeah, I feel like as I got older in that system, the pressure amounted a bit more. Yeah, when I left Crewe at 14, it was off my own back. I think I just stopped enjoying it a lot. There was a few people there that didn't really see me as the player that I saw myself as, and I wasn't enjoying it as much as I would have liked to. And I had conversations with my mum and dad at the time, and we felt it was the right decision for me to leave there and go back to enjoying my football at the time.
You want to give up, you don't give up. Keep pushing, all right? Yeah.
When I left Middlesbrough, I was still in school, so I rebelled a little bit actually after that situation. The frustration, the disappointment, the feeling like a failure. Yeah, it made me sort of change, and I became a little bit more, possibly angrier or more frustrated, yeah.
Yeah, when I joined Abbey Hall, and it was through friends that I know there, and my friend's dad, he was the manager of I think it was the under-16s at the time, and we played an age up, so we were challenging ourselves. The challenge was still there to play football to a decent level, but I went back there to enjoy it a lot as well, and obviously play with my mates, and it was good to go back to that and enjoy the game, and obviously that's what I wanted to do at the time. To go and do so, whereas when I left Crewe, I wasn't really enjoying it for what it was at the time. So to go back to enjoying it then was really important for me and really good for me. It made me a lot happier.
I got released from Sunderland because they didn't see me playing in the first team. It was quite tough because I thought I worked really, really hard to get that moment. So during my second scholar year, there was lots of changes, especially with our coaches, so we were getting sort of judged from a couple months of being seen, which was quite challenging because it never really showed a true reflection of what kind of player I was.
There, wait, come on, get it back to me. Ready? There, play, again.
When I got released from Sunderland, the support was very minimal. They told us we could possibly train for another couple of weeks till our contract runs out. But after the first, second week, they were sort of making us train separately. And then it came the second week and they were like, lads, you don't need to come in anymore. So it felt like in that moment they were sort of kicking us out the door and pushing us out. But funnily enough, somebody called me about 3 weeks ago, and the first thing they said was, "I'm only calling you because the club has told me to call you." So I was a bit taken back, and I was like, where were you 2 years ago when I actually needed you?
Good work, man.
Getting my professional contract at Stoke was a big moment for me and my family, because me and my dad used to go and watch Stoke all the time when I was growing up. I'm a Stoke City fan, I still am, and it was an emotional moment for me and my family, especially for my dad, because he was a huge Stoke fan. Before I was born, he used to go and watch them week in, week out, and he used to take me week in, week out as well. So that moment, it's definitely one of the best moments of my life, getting my professional contract at Stoke. Yeah, at first when I was there it was tough because the fitness level was very different at Stoke between what I was at before with Congleton Town in the pre-season, and going to that, the difference in fitness and like the standard was very different, and a lot bigger as well in terms of fitness. So I feel like I struggled for the first few months of it, just in training and stuff, people getting on to me because I wasn't quite fit enough yet to do meet the demands of what they wanted, and I didn't really kick on after that either. So when it came to getting released at the end, it was disappointing, and I was regretful of that I didn't kick on as much as I would have liked. Yeah, the support at Stoke when I left was definitely offered. They were very supportive with whether I needed anything, taking my next steps in the game. I feel like you've always got places to improve, so where they didn't see that I deserved the contract, I looked at that and thought, okay, I've got areas to improve on there. So I went away from there, I reflected on that and I looked at what I needed to improve on, and I did just that. The work people don't see. Just on the pitch as well, doing one-on-one sessions, working on areas that I needed to improve. I was working with Mark Rees.
What's all that about? Do it again and again and again.
So my name's Mark Rees. My job role isn't just one, it's many. My first job is being a dad, second job is being a partner, and my third job is supporting as many people as possible to be the best they can be. Like most young boys, football for me was everything, and from a young age, 6, 7, all I ever wanted to do was be a footballer. So where I grew up and where I was from in Manchester, the area wasn't great, and for me it was a massive focus on something what just took me away from so much what was going on. I'd say when I got to about 10, 11, I really showed that I probably had like a high level, which then took me into football, into an academy.
Time, give yourself a little clap. So, this group now.
I moved away from home, got offered a professional contract playing football, and then I sustained an injury.
The first clap was like this, and now it's like that.
The issue with that was at such a young age, when you're in full-time football and your body's still growing, it had a massive impact on the rest of my growth and my development, as in regards how consistent my body was performing. And then it was just one injury after another, Achilles, ACL, hamstrings, quads, calves. It wasn't one thing, it was another.
I was sort of dealing with a wave of depression after I got released. So I went from playing full-time football, having everything done for me, to a sense of being put into the real world. So that was a real sort of twist in my life, a real turnaround. I still had the hopes and aspirations of the football, so I was sort of relying on my agent to make things happen. Nothing was happening. So I faced sort of further disappointment, and it got to the point where I was like, what's the point of even waking up to there.
Keep going, that's it. Well done.
Took this opportunity, went abroad, got a phone call off my cousin. Look, Mark, your mum's on a dialysis machine. Just about to sign a contract, restart my football career. I come back. I lived in a hospital for 3 days, just watching my mum pass away. And then when she actually died, I think the last thing, you know, what she said to me was just keep working hard, you know, in a hospital bed, literally whispering it. And that's the last thing regarding football memory what I had with my mum. But then what football did for me, whether it's right or wrong, was it then just made me focus harder on what I wanted to do.
Turn back, turn back. Hey, hey, boy, brilliant.
And that's where the coaching journey started.
Yes, right. Do you think you've got better at something today?
Yes.
What do you think you've got better at? Dribbling. And what was the key one? Shooting. How many shots did you have today? Hundreds.
Yes.
Okay? So the more you practice something, the easier it becomes.
So if you're going to be an elite footballer, you need to be an elite person. To be an elite person, you need to think, operate, deal with situations, use your initiative to solve situations quicker than others.
I remember one day I was just praying and crying to God to, instead of giving me happiness, to give me joy. And in that moment, I woke up a different person. My mind was renewed in the sense of I could go into work happy. Why, I couldn't tell you. The only reason I believe is because of God. He came and touched my life. Oh, wow. Oh, gosh. It ain't easy, man. It ain't easy.
Since returning to Congleton, it's been a breath of fresh air. Really, I've been really enjoying it. I've been playing a lot, scoring goals, and it's in front of it's the place where I'm from, Congleton. So there's people turning up week in, week out, hundreds of fans, like they're watching you, and it's proud. I'm proud to play for them at the moment. It's really enjoyable. The advice I give to ex-players and current players is to just keep working hard at what you're doing. I feel like a lot of players rest on the talent that they've got. I feel like talent only gets you so far. I think you've got to do the hard work to keep yourself there and kick on to the next level.